apparently I'm confused about the fact that the Jane figure in this metaphor is thinking that she is an identity and a person that is actually deciding to be here, sitting here listening to you and deciding to go back again or read another book or whatever, to get to know the Mary feeling more and more. But if it's a dreamed figure or an imaginary separate self, there's no free will or choice. It's just the life that's creating itself or manifesting itself in a way.
Well, Mary's mind is completely free. She can have any dream. There's an infinite number of dreams available to Mary every night. So her mind is complete freedom. And Jane's mind is a limitation, an apparent limitation of Mary's mind. So just as, with this limiting of Mary's mind comes the limiting of Jane's freedom. Jane has the intuition, I am free. She feels, I am free. And she's right to feel, I am free. Because her feeling of freedom is her intuition that the essence of her own mind, Mary, is freedom itself. So Jane is right to feel, I have free will.
Yes, and in that recognition that she is totally free, she has to lose her identity as Jane.
Yes, in order to so Jane has the intuition of freedom, but in order to realize that intuition, she has to lose her limitations as Jane and recognize herself as Mary.
Yes. Yes.
That is why the recognition of our true nature is said to bring absolute freedom.
And what's maybe confusing me is that I feel that in the questioning here or in other satsangs that I've been visiting, is that there's still some kind of Jane thinking that a little bit of Jane will still remain afterwards. So you take your identity and experience awareness.
Yes, but there is again some justification for the feeling that part of me will remain. Because the part of Jane that will remain is Mary. So Jane has this intuition, I am not going to become non-existent as a result. I will continue. She's right. She won't continue as Jane. But remember, all there is to Jane is Mary. So Jane, the essence of Jane, will continue. Jane is not going to become annihilated. There is to suggest, as some teachings do, that the separate self becomes annihilated or dies, is to credit the separate self with too much existence in the first place. If the separate self existed, then it would have to die to recognize our true nature. But if there was a real separate self, then the self of awareness would no longer be infinite, because it would have to share its being with numerous other separate selves, so it would be far from finite. So the real blasphemy is not to say, I am infinite awareness, or I am God's infinite being. The real blasphemy is to say, I am a separate self. Because by asserting, I am a separate self, we are, without realizing it, denying God's infinite being. We are saying God's infinite being is not God's infinite being.
Right to the point, thank you.